Hi there, I'm Nina with Paint the Kitchen Red, and today I'm going to show you how to make chicken tinga. Tinga is a recipe that comes from the Puebla region of Mexico, and you can make it with different types of meats. I make it with pork and chicken, and today's recipe is going to be with chicken. And it's a really versatile recipe because you can use it as a filling for burritos, quesadillas, on nachos, as part of a rice bowl, or even a taco salad. So I really like this recipe if I have guests over because I can just make it and they just assemble the tacos themselves, and it's quite an easy, entertaining idea. So let's get started. These are the ingredients you're going to need for the recipe: bone-in chicken, chopped onions, diced tomatoes, vinegar, chipotle chiles in adobo sauce, coarsely chopped garlic, broth, oregano, salt, cumin, thyme, marjoram, and brown sugar, which is optional. So the first thing we need to do is blend together the ingredients for the marinade: the onions, tomatoes, vinegar, garlic, chipotle chiles, oregano, marjoram, salt, thyme, cumin, and brown sugar. Now I'm ready to close the lid and blend the ingredients into a fine paste. I love this VITAMIX blender that I got recently. It blends so well and everything is so smooth and easy, and I highly recommend it. A little pricey, but totally worth it. Now let's open the lid, and we're going to set aside the sauce for later. Let's add some chicken broth, chicken pieces. This is bone-in chicken, which is going to cook up really nicely in the Instant Pot. And then I'm going to add in the marinade that I had set aside, and let's get it all in there. Now if you wanted to, you could actually marinate this chicken in the refrigerator overnight or for a few hours, and you would have even more flavor. So that's something you can do if you have the time. Now let's stir everything up. We're going to get the chicken and marinade and broth all mixed really well together so that the chicken gets a lot of flavor while it's cooking. Now I'm going to close the lid and pressure cook on high for about 12 minutes and release the pressure naturally and open the lid. Now let's remove the chicken with the slotted spoon. We'll get out all the solids and leave the liquid behind. Okay, so now that I've removed all the chicken, I'm going to saute the sauce and allow it to reduce and become thick. You can use a splatter screen in case there's splatter. And once the sauce has been reduced, it's almost like a thick paste here. I'll remove some of the sauce into a bowl, and you can reserve the rest of the sauce or discard it. So now I'm going to use 2 forks to shred the chicken. The chicken should come off the bones really easily because the chicken is cooked so tender. And now we're going to remove the bones. And now I'm going to add the sauce back in that I had reserved. Now we're going to stir up the sauce and the chicken. And at this point, you could refrigerate the chicken and sauce and then do the rest of the recipe when you're ready to serve. This is a great idea for when you're entertaining and you want to make the recipe ahead of time. You could just make it up to this stage and do the rest of the recipe later. So let's heat up our frying pan and add some oil to it. Now we're going to add the chicken, and we're going to work in batches so it's not overcrowded. Spread the chicken out a little bit. And what we're trying to do here is heat the chicken up and crisp it up a little bit, but we don't want to overcook it because it's already been cooked, and it's just a matter of getting a little bit of caramelization. And if you need to, you can add a little more sauce for more flavor, and also to prevent the chicken from drying out. Now this step is not absolutely essential. You could just serve the chicken right out of the Instant Pot and it would taste great, but this just adds bonus flavor. And so if I have the time, I do like to do this. And this is just also a great way of heating up the chicken. So if you make it ahead of time, you don't have to use the microwave to reheat it. You can do it in the frying pan. It just gives it a nice crisp texture. So now I'm going to remove the chicken to a bowl, and I can serve it with some tortillas and fixins. Salsa, avocado, cheese, cilantro, pickled onions. These are all great choices, and everybody just serves themselves, and so easy. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope you get to try out the recipe, and stay tuned for the next video.